I think it's very important to first see and talk about how American traditions and culture are very different from Arabian traditions and cultures. This being said, it's only natural that Arab youth and American youth differ greatly when it comes to many things, such as differing what is culturally and religiously accepted and not. In America, things like dating, premarital sex, homosexuality, love affairs, lifelong boyfriends and girlfriends are much more common in American society than it is in the Arab world, and looked upon more open-mindedly by Americans than it is by Arab people. Why is this? How can our open-mindedness differ so much? A big part of this is because many Arabs are Muslim, and Islam is strictly against the previously stated activities that are more commonly found in American society than it is in Arab society. However, there are lots of Christian Arabs as well, and they aren't, as one might say, as open-minded as the Americans either. The Bible also clearly states that homosexuality, premarital sex, and love affairs are intolerable actions. So why is it that American Christians and Arab Christians differ when it comes to their state of mind on these issues? The ultimate answer, I think, lies in the laws of each country. The laws in America do not focus on religion, but lies on the basis that people should have the freedom to make these kind of choices, while laws in Arab countries, such as Lebanon, for example, focus on religion a great deal, and this is why Americans and Arabs differ so much in open-mindedness. This being said, we can continue with the topic. As the generations progress, Arabs get more and more open-minded with time. For example, when I visit my grandparents' home with my parents, the difference between my grandma, mom, and myself are very easily seen. For example, my grandma is probably the most racist one out of all of us. And by racist, I mean she doesn't believe or like the idea that people should marry outside of their race. If I came home, for example, telling her I was marrying an African person, as smart and successful as he may be, God knows she wouldn't be around for much longer. My mother is more open-minded than her mother. She knows that it is okay to marry outside of your race, but doesn't like the idea that much. Then there is me, who is probably the most open-minded one in my family compared to the rest. The rate of open-mindedness in the Arab world, especially in Lebanon, which I am going to be discussing mainly, is rising alarmingly fast. This alarming rate is something to be worried about. The reason for this is primarily the American media. Lebanese youth and other Arab youth are being brainwashed by the television shows, advertisements, commercials, and movies that are mostly generated by the US. Disney, one of the largest media conglomerates in the world, is one of the main sources that is causing all of this to happen. Disney is produced by the United States and is very popular among Lebanese and other Arab children. Most Lebanese and Arab parents don't realize how bad Disney really is and immediately think good old-fashioned Mickey Mouse when you mention the word Disney to them. Because of this, many of them don't monitor their children watching Disney, which is a very big mistake. Disney affects American children, but it hurts Arab children even more. It normalizes things that are normal for mainstream Americans, but not Lebanese and Arab children. The television shows that I would like to talk about, that are shown on the Disney Channel and aired about 6 times in one day, that is about 42 times in 1 week, are Hannah Montana, The Sweet Life on Deck, and The Wizards of Waverly Place. Hannah Montana is a popular television show shown on Disney that almost every Lebanese kid knows. Disney has spent a lot of time and money to make Miley Cyrus, aka Hannah Montana, where she is right now. She has most children that watch her in the palm of her hand, and she's in the hands of Disney. So by the distributive property, the children that watch Hannah Montana are in the hands of Disney. 97% of Hannah Montana episodes revolve around dating, relationships, kissing, secret relationships, and doing things behind your parents' back. Hannah Montana affects little girls more than it does affect little boys. Hannah Montana is a role model for many girls, but doesn't seem to be the best one. She normalizes things and concepts that when you get down right to it are plain wrong. For example, I'm going to show a part of a Hannah Montana episode called My Best Friend's Boyfriend.
Come on, Lucas. Now this is why y'all don't get dates.
In this episode, she catches her best friend's boyfriend making out with another girl, and her friend refuses to believe her when she confronts her about it. This episode normalizes things like making out in a school environment as okay, but making out with another person's that isn't your girlfriend is not okay. To American youth, this is more normal than it would be to a Lebanese youth. In the other clip that I just showed, she insults everyone that plays an instrument as geeks that don't get dates, and that is also as wrong as the first part that was shown. To American youth, this is more normal than it would be to a Lebanese youth. American children have older brothers and sisters with boyfriends and girlfriends, and it appears more normal to them. Lebanese and Arab children aren't used to things like dating and boyfriends and girlfriends, at least not fully yet. But when they see their favorite role model on TV acting so normal about such issues, and their parents are letting them watch it, they start to think that it can't be all that bad, and they start to think that it is okay. But as open-minded as I think I am, I don't think it is okay. It's not okay at all. In my opinion, school is for learning and life is for living. But in Hannah Montana, world which was craftily created by Disney, school is for making out and life is for dating. The Sweet Life on Deck, a show created by Disney, affects little boys more than it does little girls. It is about two twin teenage boys living without parent supervision on a boat that tours countries, yet are supposedly receiving an education by the quote-unquote boat school. This episode, like Hannah Montana, focuses on dating and relationships just as much. However, it stereotypes females to little boys, showing them what an attractive girl looks like from an unattractive girl and how they should treat these different types of girls. It casts teenage girls that are blonde, tall, scantily dressed, tan, caked in makeup, and model-like bodies, and portray them as attractive characters that the boys are always trying to get to go out with them. And the show gets short, chubby girls with glasses to play unattractive girls that aren't worth chasing after. This stereotypes females in a negative way and makes the boys that watch this show grow into older boys that mistreat the females in their lives, because that is what Disney normalized to them when they were young. Wizards of Waverly Place is a Disney series that is almost like Hannah Montana, except it doesn't focus that much on relationships, even though there are still a handful of episodes that promote things like the earlier stated issues. It is about a family of wizards living among non-wizards, and the main character, Alex, played by Selena Gomez, is portrayed as a lazy schoolgirl that doesn't read, hates to study, schemes absolutely all the time, does something behind her parents' back almost every episode. Yet she is portrayed as a pretty cool person with a sarcastic yet charming personality, and gets by in life rather easily. In the real world, someone that acts like she does in the show would end up working in a fast food joint, making minimum wage. Yet Disney has put a lot of time and effort into making her one of the female Disney role models like Miley Cyrus. And Selena Gomez is affecting many girls just like Miley Cyrus.